This is a 2008 Ford Mustang GT with the Ford Racing aluminum drive shaft, the JLT intake, a 91 tune, and Boss 302 gearing. Now, those are just words that don't matter to me at all. What matters to me is this. Now, Mustangs are a lot like members of BTS. You should never have a favorite, you should only have a bias. And my bias is not these. I actually much prefer the New Edge. A New Edge red, I think, is peak Mustang. I'm not really sure why. I think it's just the Mustang that was coming out when I was born. And so, like, that's where I think Mustangs peaked, because that's where I peaked, because that's where I was created. But that does not detract anything from this. This is, in my opinion, probably the best Mustang that you can get, period. Now, what leads me to say that? There are three major reasons that I would say that I think that this is actually the best Mustang that money can buy. Number one, they're still relatively cheap. You can get these for under $10,000 all day, every day, because a lot of them are miled up and treated like regular cars. And even with miles, they still tend to be pretty reliable. This one has 200,000 miles on it. It's on its second motor, and transmission slash differential is making a lot of noise, but that's 200,000 miles for you. And this car has been abused and beaten on all of its life. It actually has an insane amount of suspension work done to it because it is an X-Track car, XE85, like 500 power, crazy ass Mustang. Now, the car got stay ref. The previous owner did not want to deal with putting it back to stock and dealing with all of it. And so my buddy picked it up, and here it is. And I actually think that it's probably best kept exactly this way. The power is excellent. I regret calling it the 4-point slow in my previous video due to the fact that it's actually really fast. It's not like crazy get you in jail fast, but it's damn near. A lot of the times up here in this canyon, anytime I really wanted to let go and hear the exhaust scream and bellow out in these beautiful hills, I find myself doing about 30 to 40 over the speed limit, having to immediately slow it back down in order to stay compliant and respectful towards our police officers, who I love and respect. But enough talking. You want as badly as I want to see this thing out on the road burning gas. So let's go ahead and head out, and we'll go enjoy it. Alrighty, here we find ourselves in the Mustang GT, already on the road. I wanted to film this part because I'm getting to a little technical part right now, and I'm really curious to see how it feels. So far on all like the big long sweepers, this car has felt fantastic. It's been planted, it's been powerful. It has never done anything that made me nervous, uncomfortable, or even a little bit scared. It is actually such an amazing car. Going to this corner at like 65, 60, get a little dab of brakes, we go in, we hold, give a little bit of gas on the way out, tap out the brakes, go into this next corner, and it's just no issue. We've been doing all these corners at around 60, 70, and this car is planted. It has no interest in what sort of nonsense a lesser car would do. This is a Ford Mustang GT, and they are not getting caught by anyone. You are moving, and you are getting out. I cannot describe the sensation that it is to go through a corner that fast and have the V8 underneath my foot to get me out of that corner. It's just a sensation I'm not that used to, as all I really own are 4 and 6 cylinders, and this V8 is fast. I regret calling it the 4-point slow in the MPG video, because slow is something that it definitely is not. And I'm saying all this, and I have the AC on still. Like, I'm not giving this car all the opportunities I can in order for it not to feel slow, and it doesn't feel slow. It feels so incredibly fast. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, that was quite the bump. That was a speed I'm not going to repeat, but God, that was so much fun. And still, the whole time I felt stable until I hit that bump at the end. But that's not the car's fault. That's California's fault. Another thing I think worth mentioning about my experience currently is I know how fucking cool I look. I look over and I still see the carbon fiber hood bulging in front of me. I hear the V8 screaming behind me, and I'm getting thrown around knowing that I'm sitting right above the floor in a Ford Mustang. Bright blue and very cool. The owner of this car once told me that he is scared to drive this car sometimes because he's worried that it's going to get him in real trouble. And as I'm driving it now, not even being my car, I'm scared that I'm going to get in some real trouble. This is a real car that does real things. It is actually phenomenal. The steering feels really good. It's definitely not the most precise thing I've ever driven in my life. I would say my Fit and the 350Z are more precise, but that's not to say that this steering is bad at all. That's to say that the steering on those two cars is phenomenal. Now, the ride quality is terrible. I'm sure you can tell by how much the camera has been moving this whole time, but I wouldn't want to change a single thing. To give up how planted and how good this car feels in corners, to be a little bit more comfortable, you're out of your mind. I am not giving up this handling for something as trivial as that. So here we are approaching the technical part of Snake. I'm just really curious to see how this car feels here, because yeah, it's fast and it handles good, but it's still huge. And this road, I think, really rewards smaller and more precise instruments more than cars like this. So I'm very curious to see how it'll feel. Now on these tight corners, I'm really feeling the size of the car a lot more, but that doesn't mean that she's not working with me. We're both fighting the size of the Mustang in order to get it up this mountain, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm having a phenomenal time. Ah! Here we are coming up to a hairpin. Oh. The rear end kicked out on me there and the traction control held me back. I probably should have turned it off. I'll be 100% honest, I forgot the car even had any. On second thought, just because I feel a little bit more confident with the car doesn't mean I should be cute and start turning off TCS. So no, we'll keep it on, at least until a little later. Now on the uphill here on Snake, it actually felt fantastic. The rear end did slip out on me a couple times, but the traction control kind of held it down. I'm gonna try it without the traction control on because I felt like it was it was holding back power when I was coming out of the corners, and that is like making the rear end a little bit less stable, I was finding. So I'm gonna try to downhill with the traction control off and tell you how it feels. Because honestly, so far, oh my God, this car is so fucking good. I do not want to stop driving it ever. Actually, this might need to be mine after this video. God, this car is good. Now, one thing I haven't touched on too much is this car actually does have the Hurst shifter, which you'll see on the interior part, and it feels so good. The throws have that much space in between them. In fact, let's demonstrate. Here we are in first. Let's put my foot down, and then you guys can listen in for the shifts. It's just so good. Okay, hopefully the camera will hold, but it has not liked doing that today. I think the G-forces of the Mustang are simply too intense for my little phone holder to be able to handle. So definitely on the downhill so far, I'm feeling the size a little more. The brakes leave a little bit of confidence to be desired, and obviously the downhill means that I have less control over exactly the speed that I'm putting down, meaning that I'm a little more at the mercy of gravity and the car. Oh man, all right, so we're at the bottom of the hill now. I mean, we're still in the canyons, but we're at the bottom of Snake now, and so the most intense and technical part is over. Now, I think that this will accidentally be the most camera angles I've ever had in a video, and it's just because I couldn't keep that from moving around. But regardless, God, what a great car. What an amazing shifter. What an amazing suspension setup. What an amazing motor. I cannot find enough good things to say about this car. I am so in love with it. I think the seats are super comfortable. Like, I have zero problems in them. I haven't been in them for an amazing amount of times, maybe like 30, 40 minutes. But they're super duper comfortable. Because the car is American, I fit in here fantastically. I'm 6'5" and like 200 pounds. I've got maybe like 4 inches of headroom on me. The seats aren't holding me in too hard. Also, because it's American, the cup holders are huge. I could have brought my Hydro Flask or my Stanley if I would have remembered to. No problem. The AC also, right before I started recording, had me cold. I had to like turn it off because I was like, God damn. It is very cold in here. Now it's getting a little warmer, but I have the AC off, so that's more my fault than the car's. Also, I was doing a lot more, and making the car work a lot harder too. You know, I think every car has its personal favorite places to be. For the Mustang, I feel like that is definitely on the long sweepers. In those technical bits, it definitely was able to do it, and I still had an amazing amount of fun with the car, and you know, having us both working together in order to get down that mountain as fast as we could. It's really not what it likes the most. What it likes the most are the long sweepers where you're doing 60 through them and you're able to really just, you know, let me go ahead and end that here. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you liked it, or hit that dislike button if you hate America and you want the communists to win. Bye.